The playoffs continue for our Northeast States only challenge as we have reached the AFC Conference Championship. We'll be facing off against the Pittsburg Steelers. Their path to this point actually has been kind of impressive. 28-21 against the Chiefs in the wild card round, then taking out the first round by Houston Texans 37-24, where we will meet in the AFC Conference Championship. Our route has also been pretty impressive and kind of a shock at how the regular season ended, where we were on a downward trajectory. In wild card weekend, we beat the Bills 35-10, a team we struggled against in the regular season, barely beating them to win the AFC East. In the divisional round, we faced the Bengals and won pretty handily as well, 31-17. So both teams are coming in, scoring a lot of points in their respectable games this postseason. However, our defense, I would say, has played better. Now, in the first matchup against the Steelers this year, it was rather calm. Really not a lot of offense happening in this game. We did get the victory 19-10 with only 2 touchdowns being scored combined. We hit 4 field goals, they hit 1. So arguably our field goal kicker, who's actually a punter, was our offensive player of the game. But with both teams looking rather different in the postseason, we'll see what the outcome ends up being. They have an 83 offense, 87 defense, 84 overall. We have a 76 offense with an 83 defense, 79 overall. And if we win, well, Super Bowl will be the next episode, and you get to choose when that next episode would be. 50 likes, and Super Bowl is tomorrow if we get the win. If you don't get the like goal, or if we don't win, then the next episode will be on the following Wednesday or Saturday, depending on when this one comes out, because we have all the other postseasons that we've posted, so if you guys get the 50 like goal on those, moves up the time of which these actually get posted. So, with all that said, let's jump on in to the AFC Conference Championship. And it will be the defense up first. They do have Herbert at quarterback, Dameon Pierce at running back, and those two will hook up on the first play on the halfback screen. We'll go for a gain of 6. We do have to shout out our linebacker group. Milano has played amazing this postseason. I think he has 3 interceptions just the postseason, as Alton Robinson getting a sack on play 2 will force a 3rd and long. And for him not being a very highly rated edge rusher, he actually has played pretty well this season. Across the board, the D-line has been fairly impressive. We traded for Khalil Mack, didn't see a lot from him. McCourty with the tackle here also has been really impressive the postseason. 2 interceptions in 2 games. And we'll see if either him or Milano could get any more interceptions. But the defense does get the stop. Offense takes the field for the first time. Matt Ryan sit in the pocket. We'll find a nice pass across the middle. Caught. That's Andy Isabella. Get us close to the first down, although that ball definitely looks like it's past the line to gain, but it will be 2nd and inches. Hard count. No one jumps. Handed off Dylan, who had an amazing wild card weekend. Then he didn't really play a whole lot last episode when we were in the divisional round. Instead, it was Pacheco who had the really impressive play. So the running backs, they're looking solid. The receivers are stepping up when they get the ball, but a nice bit of blocking there. Dylan could get all the way to the outside and the first down quite easily. We'll continue to see a lot of spread. I don't even think we have much under center at all in this playbook. It is the Tampa Bay playbook, but it's fit very well with the players that we've had. Hunter Long gets the catch there. We'll get 3, bringing up 2nd and 7, as we have 2 tight ends down below, 2 receivers stack up top. Matt Ryan, what could be his final season in the NFL, trying to right his playoff wrongs. We'll find the 2nd tight end, Croft, there for the first down. Just steady moving so far. Gonna knock on wood that that continues. At the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Will be another pass here across the middle, and, well, apparently I didn't knock well enough, because this is gonna be a pick 6. Matt Ryan threw it right to the linebacker. Great chase there by Jeff Smith, but it's not gonna help out. Instead, Steelers are now up. We've seen turnovers be a problem for Matt Ryan this year, and in certain games, they've cropped up really big. Talking about that first Bills game of the season where he threw 6 interceptions. Yeah, 6. Hopefully that doesn't happen here today. In the AFC Conference Championship, I would really like to wrap up the Northeast Challenge in Season 1. Not because I want to move on necessarily to another one, but because the draft class is not very impressive. And Matt Ryan is 35, 36 years old. So our next best quarterback would be Tyree Jackson, who has made some decent plays in the latter part of the season. But he's also only a 61 overall currently, so would be a big step back at quarterback if we can't cap this thing off. Speaking of capping off, 2nd and 11, we go to Hunter Long, who will get a few, make it a more manageable 3rd down. 6 yards needed, as we have a bunch up top, one receiver down below. Ryan will throw underneath, going to be Raymond with a nice catch and run for a 1st down into plus territory. And technically, not a single pass that Matt Ryan has thrown has hit the turf. Obviously had the 1 interception, which is his only incompletion, technically, of the day, as A.J. Dillon, a nice run, 1st down gained. Averaging a little over 6 yards a carry to start off with, as we're almost through the 1st quarter. Find a 1st run here. No, it is still Dillon. It wasn't shotgun, so I was wondering if it was going to be Pacheco, but no, Dillon stays out there. Pacheco does check in on this play, 2nd and 7. 2 receivers stack up top, 2 receivers, including the tight end down below. But we're not going to run a play. End of the 1st quarter was really good, except for the 1 interception. So if we could just avoid doing that, again, knock on wood, but we all know what happened last time. 2nd and 7. 2 tight ends down below, as well as a receiver all the way at the very bottom. Dillon will run through 2 defenders, including a tight end that was helping him. We'll bring up 3rd and 2 with an ace formation. A lot of checks looking like they're happening down at the line. Will be a play-action pass. Matt Ryan has all the time right now. Is someone going to break open at all? No. We'll flutter it out late. And I kind of want to go for it here. On 4th and 2 at the 24. Let's pull a guard, try to find some space. Pacheco going to get all the way to the outside. He has a lane. If he can beat the safety, he runs through both guys. But he steps out of bounds at the 1. Still a really good play from our running back. And we'll see if A.J. Dillon can cap it off. Tying this game back up, erasing the deficit from the early mistake. But no, it's Hughes check down the middle, and he could lay down behind the O-line, who just pummeled the Steelers' defense. And finally, after quite a while, our defense finally takes the field again. They only were on the field for 3 plays in the 1st quarter. I almost said 1st half. Nice stop there down the middle. That was Alua Khan. And he's had an alright season. I feel like a little bit disappointed. I expect him to make some splashier plays, but he's been alright across the middle, as a wide open receiver was found by Herbert for a big gain into plus territory. That was Michael Pittman Jr. with, what, about a 20, maybe 30-yard play? 1st and 10 now at the 45, or just inside the 45. Pierce will get the handoff and stuffed. Khalil Mack, finally we see him make a play in the backfield. Now I know I've ratted on him a lot this season, and I do have to say, in the straight-up sim games, Khalil Mack has put together a really good performance. I'm pretty sure he leads the team in tackles for loss and sacks. We just didn't see a lot of them while we were watching. Most of the sacks while watching came from Alton Robinson, as... Do they get it? No. Ref spots him a yard short. So they'll bring out Rosas and the field goal team at the 42. It'll be about a 52-yarder. He missed one in the 1st matchup, and it looked like he missed one there. That was one of the very costly things in the 1st matchup. Obviously, we won by 2 scores, but still, it was costly for him. That could very well be the case in this one as well. Especially if we could get A.J. Dillon going. He's already started off really well. Offensive line blocking extremely well. Considering we don't necessarily have the best offensive line, we do have one really good, I want to say, tackle. But then we have a rookie guard. We have a, I think, 2nd or 3rd year center who's like a 73, 74 overall. So overall, the line is playing a lot better than expected, as that was almost a 2nd interception off of Matt Ryan. So let's just go back to running. Dillon in the backfield with a bunch down to the bottom. Will be a pass though. We had Jeff Smith for a second instead. Hunter Long for the first down and about 4 or 5 extra. And I will say we are switching up our offensive style on this possession. A lot of under center as we're going to go Hunter's long way again. That time about a 17-yard gain. And I want to say about midway through the regular season, we did finally put him out as our starter. We started the season with Croft as our starting tight end. And really wanted to go Hunter Long's way. He was, I want to say he's either a rookie or a second-year player that has some raw skills that we can definitely develop. And he's started to grow a lot as we do hit the 2-minute warning here. But you can tell he started to catch his mojo, if you will, later in the season, and has been really solid for us in the postseason. As we motion over Tajay Sharp, he goes on the drag route. We go his way with a lead blocker with Pacheco, breaks the tackle, and we're in! I definitely thought they were going to call us out at like the inch line, but they give it to Tajay Sharp. Our first passing touchdown of the day. The first one went to Juszczyk on the fullback dive. And that also puts us up a touchdown with 1:51 left before halftime. Now can Herbert lead his offense down the field? Not on first down. It'll be a loss of 1 on the halfback screen. Simmons there to get the stop extremely quickly. Be another pass here on 2nd and 11. Up top, they're going to find number 9, who will get the catch and the first down. Second effort coming through. I want to say Christian Watson, perhaps, was the receiver there. If I remember from the first game, as a wide open Dameon Pierce right down the seam. Herbert has been extremely accurate today. 7 of 7. Granted, they haven't had a lot of yards. This is the most their offense has moved so far in the game, as Khalil Mack almost got around the corner, but they will find number 87 coming back. We'll get them a few yards as they call their second timeout. Leaves them 2nd and 7, 1 timeout remaining. That was Cephas. Quintez Cephas, I want to say. 2nd and 7, pass underneath, gonna go to 84, who stretches for it, and he will get the first down. 9 of 9, 96 yards for Herbert, most of which on this drive. That was Irv Smith Jr. with the catch as they have trips down to the bottom. Herbert in the pocket, not much pass rush. We'll find another wide open receiver, number 9 again. We're just being very lax in our coverage here as they do have to call their final timeout. And Rosas will take the field again, kicking from this time about the 13, 14-yard line to end the first half. They will make it a 4-point game. And I'm sure it's popped up before, but I do need to say, if you look at the bottom scoreboard, if we win, we will be facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they beat the Green Bay Packers 42-17 in the NFC Conference Championship. So if we play our cards right, we know where we're headed. Spread look here, 2 receivers either side. Matt Ryan setting up the halfback screen to Pacheco, who has some space and will stretch for it. And the refs are definitely giving us the favorable spots. Well, except for that one first down that they called 2nd and inches, even the ball was past the line again. But for the most part, we've been getting a lot of the better spots, even on defense. Matt Ryan with a play action here. Will go across the middle. Hunter Long once again. That's got to be about 8 catches for him already today. At least that's what it feels like. Probably not, though, considering Matt Ryan only has 11 completions on the day, and we've gotten it to several different guys. As A.J. Dillon takes the handoff on the stretch, maybe the power will go for a gain of 6. 11 rushes for him, 70 yards. So sticking close to about that 6 yards an average. As we have 2nd and 4, he'll be a drop back pass. Matt Ryan, pass rush coming in, and he will take the sack, leaving us with 3rd and 11. And we'll try to convert under center. Will be a drop back once again. Matt Ryan will go up towards the top. Is going to find Tajay Sharp with a nice grab. Had the touchdown on the previous drive. Gives us a much needed first down here. And I do have to say, he's developed into a solid receiver. He has great hands, right? Decent release, okay route running. If we could just, boost the route running, everything like that, he could be a solid number 1, as Matt Ryan is also taking a solid number 2. As he just got sacked pretty big, loss of 13. So now on 2nd and 23, what do we got? Will be a pass. Matt Ryan once again with a quick throw underneath. Jeff Smith finally gets his first catch on a 2nd and very long, and can only manage to get 4. Not in love with the play call. So on third down, we need 19 yards. We come out with trips up top. I'm pretty sure we have one guy off the screen to the bottom. Matt Ryan will go down to the bottom here on a check down to Pacheco. 4th and 15. Do we send out the field goal team? We do. Kicking from the 43. It'd be a 53-yarder for our punter. Snap is back. Hold down kick is up. That's coming up well short. Well, both teams having their kicking miscues as the Steelers take the field up at the 43, only down 4 points. Herbert will have a wide open receiver on play 1. We'll get about 8 or 9. Now only needing about 1 yard here on second. They'll come out under center. It is a play action pass. Pass rush coming in, but they do get it out. Maybe to a tight end, maybe a fullback. Number 48 will convert. Defense, that was Yanovich, so yeah, pretty sure that's a fullback. But yeah, defense still has not forced a single incompletion on the day. As there will be another pass here, another catch. Pittman up to about the 23. We just allow Herbert to just play pitch and catch out there. We're going to get burned eventually, as there's 2 receivers either side. Will be a draw down the middle, and Milano takes a really bad angle. Luckily, we had a Luakon there to clean up. Only goes for a gain of 3, in which could have been a lot worse. Now Herbert under center. We'll motion over, that was Yanovich. Go into that fullback spot. Go for a dive to that top side. Milano there this time, but just doesn't have the strength to bring down Pierce right away. And on 3rd and 1, that's what we're going to need, as we come out with a double A gap. Interesting play call. They do go right down the middle with beautiful blocking. Pierce rolling over the safety down to the 1. Well, the Steelers offense definitely started slow, but they're picking up. We're going to need Fatukasi or Allen to make some plays in the middle, but they do go with the pass pay 1 and out of the back of the end zone, despite them having Pittman open for like at least 75% of that play. Now 2nd and goal, back to a more dominant run formation, and down the middle they do go, and Pierce puts them up for the first time offensively. They had the pick 6 earlier that put them up, but since then they hadn't really scored much until now. Well, unless we're in for a big 4th quarter, definitely not going to be as many points scored in this game as the NFC Championship, as Pacheco does get a nice run there to send us on into the 4th. So, we're down 17-14. Offense has played fairly well. They didn't do much in the 3rd quarter, but did have a nice 2nd quarter. Can we make that similar here in the 4th quarter? Put up a couple touchdowns? Steal this one? That would be nice. Run to the top, A.J. Dillon over the defender. 1st down. I will say, though, the passing game has been a little bit off. We're not finding a lot of our big play receivers. Jeff Smith has only had 1 catch up to this point, now 2. If we could see more of that in this 4th quarter, I think we'll be all right. I would definitely say Jeff Smith has been our best receiver this season. Raymond has been solid, as well as Tajay Sharp. We've seen Hunter Long progress, as we're definitely trying to find Jeff Smith here. That was 2 straight plays we intended to get the ball to him. Ended up bumping into, I think it was Hunter Long on that play, so kind of threw that off. We hand this one off. Pacheco has plenty of space down the middle, breaks towards the top, and will get swallowed up by number 3. Is that Buda Baker, perhaps? Yes, it was Buda Baker. I'm pretty good at this. 1st and 10. Apparently not getting as good as this as I thought. Pacheco once again will get about 5 out of it. If we could get the combo of Dillon and Pacheco running here in the 4th quarter and then go over the top to Jeff Smith, I think we'll be pretty solid. As Croft motions over, we go with another dive. Pulling guard will help lead the way. We'll only get about 3 out of it, but solid 2nd down play. We'll make it 3rd and 2. As we've worked our way down inside the red zone, need to convert here to keep this drive alive. Will be a pass, quick throw. Hunter Long with another grab inside the 10. He goes. Now a trips look up top. Hunter Long at the bottom of the line. Will be a pass from Matt Ryan inside the 10. Pass rush working its way in, and we throw it late out of the back of the end zone. Now on 2nd and goal here, I would really appreciate a handoff down the middle. Looks like they have a weak side to the left, but we'll go with a pass to the corner and almost intercepted. Hence why I was wanting a run on 2nd and goal. Now 3rd and goal, we almost have to pass, and they can tee up on it. We'll see what we do. Gonna motion over Jeff Smith. He'll go on the drag route. That's where we go. This is the same play Tajay Sharp scored on earlier. but it does not work here. We'll have to send out the field goal unit to tie. Missed one earlier. If he could make this, it would be doing the same exact thing as Rosas. Kicking from the 13. Kick is up and good. We have a tie game here about midway through the fourth quarter. All right, defense. Not trying to put a whole lot of pressure on you, but it's go time. 17-17, about 4 minutes left in the AFC Conference Championship. Who wants it more? Yanovich. He wanted it more on that play. Should have been a completion for a loss of about 1 or 2. Instead, they get 1 or 2 yards past the first down marker. Pass rush coming in, and Fatukasi lays a hit in there on Herbert. Nice tackle there from Aluakan as well as Simmons. However, I really would have liked the sack instead. 2nd and 7. The I formation play action rollout. We'll flip it out to the tight end. Maybe no, that's Yanovich once again not going to get the first down. 3rd and inches. It'll be a heavy set for them. A nickel set for us. Hard count, no one jumps. We'll hand it off down the middle, and Yanovich will convert. Khalil Mack finally dragging him down as they get into plus territory. However, McGlinchey comes up a little bit shaken up. Potentially that could help us out in the middle. We'll see. 1st and 10. Trips look up top. Will be a handoff. Yanovich with a blitzing Aluakan perhaps, or maybe he just read that beautifully. It'll be a loss of 1. Now the 2-minute warning hits. Crunch time for sure. Trying to stamp our way into the Super Bowl, but the defense has to get the stop. Will be a pass play here. Herbert gonna be complete. Pittman will leave it 3rd and 2. Only 1 incomplete pass for Herbert on the day. Yanovich back at running back. And they will hand it off down the middle. We have some guys there, but they do not get the stop in time. Another first down inside field goal range. As there's under a minute and a half left in this game. We're not calling timeouts. They're just trying to set up a field goal at this point. I'll hand it off again down the middle. Yanovich gets stuffed this time. Timeout starting to be called. Another heavy look versus the double A gap. I don't know why we can't come out in anything else. We have the 46 defense, the 52 defense. Anything would be better than coming out in a nickel formation against a heavy set. And luckily, we do go to the 46 here on 3rd and 1. They have a lineman at fullback as their fullback goes to running back, and he gets yet another first down. We have to call our final timeout. Not looking good. Almost at this point, you consider just letting them score. But they're going for the field goal as Yanovich has been getting all the carries. They're just set to drain this clock, hit a short field goal, and send themselves on in to the Super Bowl, rather than us taking us out, being the first actual playoff loss in one of these state-only challenges. As Rosas heads out, time is ticking off the clock. Under 5 seconds, Rosas kicks it, sending the Steelers to the Super Bowl. We come up short in the AFC Conference Championship. The defense just could not get the stop in the rushing game on the last drive. They did so well prior to that drive. Our offense was arguably better, but we didn't get the field goals when we needed it. That one field goal we missed earlier is the difference of this game. And unfortunately, the defense is going to end up taking the majority of the rap for that one. Not getting the stop when they had multiple chances late in the game. The defensive coordinator also probably going to take a lot of heat. Calling the double A gap, even if you're blitzing out of it, on 3rd and shorts against a heavy set, it's just not a good call. But honestly, the offense should have done better. We did not get Jeff Smith going in that game. We didn't get Raymond going in the game. Pierce had a good game, and Pacheco had some solid plays. Hunter Long had some solid plays, but in general, you really expected more from the offense. And, you know, if we hit a field goal, then maybe the game's tied, we go into overtime. But also, if they hit both of their field goals, they still win. So ultimately, it came down to us just not getting the job done offensively. And it's not going to get any better as we move forward. We'll see when we get to the offseason, if Matt Ryan does retire. Or he might just regress a lot. But that'll all be next episode, so make sure you guys stick around for that one. We're also going to go through the Pro Bowl and the final stats, so stick around for that. But as we move along, make sure you're going down below, hitting the subscription button or my bear icon in the bottom right so you subscribe so you don't miss out on the off season. But let's move on to the Pro Bowl. Going through the rosters as quickly as we can. Quarterbacks are going to be Lance, Jackson, Wilson, Rodgers, Mahomes, and Brissett. No Matt Ryan. Running backs are going to be McCaffrey, Henry, Pollard, Elliott, Jacobs, and Taylor. So we don't get there either with Pacheco nor Dillon. Fullbacks, Burton, Ingold, Juszczyk, and Carter. So Juszczyk for us does make it, so that's one at least. Receivers are going to have Smith, Allen, Cooper, Renfro, Godwin, and Hopkins. Kupp, Chase, Moore, Evans, Boyd, and Raymond. So we had two. Khalif Raymond, he gets on there. Tight ends, Kelsey, Tanyan, Henry, Knox, Disley, and Gesicki. Left tackles got Williams, Stanley, Tunsil, Leno Jr. Left guards, Petonio, Dickerson, Thuney, and Jenkins. Centers, you got Jensen, Kelsey, Ragnow, and Lindsley. Right guards, you have Onwenu, Mason, Martin, and Zeitler. And then right tackles, you have Wirfs, Ramczyk, Lindstrom, and Sewell. So we ended up having three offensive players. We had Juszczyk at fullback, Raymond at receiver, and then Lindstrom at right tackle. So not too bad. I think that's actually one of the best offensive Pro Bowls that I think we've had on this channel in general. As for the defense, left ends, you have Lawrence, Burns, Hutchinson, and Russo. Right end, you have Miller, Bosa, Donald, and Mack. So Khalil Mack makes it. So we already have one, at least on both sides. DTs, Buckner, Armstead, Jones, Vita Vea, Lawrence, and Brown. Left backer, Judon, Crosby, Barrett, and Hunter. Middle linebacker, Smith, Bolton, Brooks, and Murray. Right outside backer, Highsmith, Davis, Gaithers, Owusu. Is it Owusu or just Wusu? Not sure, but Wusu, Koromoa. And then Matt Milano makes it. So two on defense, with cornerbacks being Fuller, Surtain, Murphy, Jackson, Ramsey, Fuller, Hall, and Hobbs. Safeties are going to have Byard, Joseph, Reed, Hamilton, Fitzpatrick, Simmons makes it, Ward, and Neal. So three on both sides of the ball. Riley Dixon, our punter turned kicker, makes it. And anyone else? Yeah, Hofrichter, he makes it. So our kicker and punter both make it. Yeah, honestly, a really good Pro Bowl for us. Unfortunately, we were hoping for the Super Bowl. And Fitzmagic will be one of the Pro Bowl coaches as well. So let's just have cut loose. You know, I feel like every now and then he would have a little fun. So we'll say that's what he was going to do if he had the opportunity to coach in the Pro Bowl, and we also get 5 staff points out of it. As for the yearly awards, Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. Coach of the Year, Lovie Smith, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, he was in number 2. For the AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Cooper Kupp. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald. We did have Khalil Mack at 3. Offensive Rookie, Chris Olave. And Isaiah Pacheco was at 10. Defensive Rookie went to Aiden Hutchinson. Best Quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Best Running Back, Zeke Elliott, with Cooper Kupp winning Best Receiver. Best O-Line, Connor McGovern. Best D-Line, Aaron Donald. We did have Khalil Mack once again at 3. Best linebacker went to Shaquille Barrett. Foye Oluokun, though, was at 8, surprisingly above Matt Milano. Best DB went to Jimmy Ward. Devin McCourty was at 8. And then best kicker went to Greg Zuerlein with Riley Dixon at 3. And then we'll just run through the NFC. Keenan Allen, Offensive Player of the Year, DeMarcus Lawrence. Defensive Player of the Year with Garrett Wilson being Offensive Rookie. And wasn't his college teammate number 1? Yeah, that's fun. I like that. Defensive Rookie, Quay Walker. Justin Fields wins Best Quarterback. Joe Mixon, Best Running Back. Keenan Allen, Best Receiver. Rodney Hudson, Best O-Line. DeMarcus Lawrence, Best D-Line. Micah Parsons, Best Linebacker. Kendall Fuller, Best DB. And Sam Sloman, Best Kicker. And for the last bit of Season 1, the stats. Matt Ryan, if you ignore the touchdowns and interceptions, amazing year. Over 5,000 passing yards. But he had 28 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. He completed 66% of his passes. And he might be gone next year, leaving Tyree Jackson as our starting quarterback. In the rushing game, very evenly split between A.J. Dillon and Pacheco. Dillon ends up having less carries for more yards, averaging 4.5 versus Pacheco's 3.4, but Pacheco didn't fumble, 0 versus A.J. Dillon fumbling once, but he had 11 touchdowns compared to the 4. Juszczyk had 5 rushing touchdowns on 9 carries. Receiving, we had 3 1,000-yard receivers, with Khalif Raymond having 1,300, 1,200 for Jeff Smith, and then 8,000 for Tajay Sharp. The leader in touchdown receptions is Jeff Smith with 8. Raymond had 6, 5 for Sharp, and then 3 for Hunter Long, 4 for Isabella, 2 for Tyler Croft. And for the most part, the offensive line was solid. Our worst was at left tackle Justin Pugh, but I want to say he normally plays guard. We just had to slide him out there. Lindstrom allowed 8. The rookie Zion Johnson only allowed 6 sacks, with Elijah Wilkinson allowing 5. 4 for Matt Pert, who had to move from, I think, a tackle spot to center, so good there. And then the brother, Alec Lindstrom, he got the start for, I think, the first 2 or 3 games, and he only allowed 1. Defensively, a lot of tackles by our inside backers, Matt Milano with 139, and then Oluwakan with 120. But as stated earlier, Khalil Mack led us in tackles for loss with 15. The next best being Matt Milano with 7. Had a couple guys, or a few guys here with 6, including Fatu Kasi, who we ended up trading for. So solid pickup for us there. Ryan had 5, 4 for McCourty and Joseph Day, 3 for Allen. Honestly, not great for Allen there. I would have thought he would have had more, because he was technically our number 1 DT. He did miss some time though, so we have to keep that in mind. 2 for Will Harris and Franklin, and then 1 for another handful of players. In the sack department, again, Khalil Mack far beyond everyone else with 14. Alton Robinson, though, solid year, had 8.5. Zach Allen, 4.5. 4 for Oluwakan and Joseph Day. 1.5 for Milano, and then 1 for Fatu Kasi, Reed, and Kuntz. And then half for Isaiah Rogers Sr. But lots of interceptions, 4 for Devin McCourty, 3 for Simmons, 2 for Oluwakan, Milano, and Rogers Sr., and then 1 for Will Harris. And having moved from punter to kicker with very little time to prepare, 46 of 47 on extra points, 24 of 27 on field goals. Not too bad for Riley Dixon. And Season 1 ends with a 32-14 Super Bowl victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We at least use their playbook, so in a way, we kind of get some of that, right? But they end up getting the victory. The Super Bowl MVP is Hassan Reddick, so interesting. Wonder how many sacks he had. But that will conclude Season 1 of the Northeast States Only Challenge. Make sure you guys subscribe either down below or just, like I said, tap my bear icon in the bottom right. But make sure you also hit the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go out. But next episode will be the off season. Again, don't know when this video itself is coming out because the divisional round hasn't been posted yet. So if you guys hit the 50 like goal on that, then this video would be coming out on Sunday, and then the off season would be on Wednesday. But if you don't hit it, then this video will be out on Wednesday, and then the off season will be on Saturday. So yeah, either way, it's a Wednesday or Saturday. If you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified of when it goes live. Also have a bunch of other content on the channel. We have the Commanders Replacement Squad series posted every Monday and Thursday. The FIFA Noob to Pro My Player Career every Tuesday and Friday. And then obviously this series every Wednesday and Saturday typically. So a lot of content. Make sure you guys stick around, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, comment down below, and hopefully this off season the team doesn't get wrecked by some retirees, but we'll find out then. So until then, we'll see you guys later. Bye.